everyone, and welcome to my last day in New York for this trip. This day I decided to go to Canal Street, so you're seeing me exit the subway right now and coming up to Canal. And for this venture, I had never been to Canal, so I wanted to check it out. I've heard a lot of people go there to do a lot of shopping, and I have to say I really was not impressed with Canal Street all that much. I actually found it a little bit dirty and just not too many shops that I saw. So while walking down it, I happened to see these cobblestone streets to the side that I ended up more so spending time on there. And you're going to actually see them coming up in the video. But I ended up, here we go, venturing to cobblestone streets because I love to check out the architecture in New York. I love the old classic buildings that they have. So I ended up doing a lot of my time on those side streets. I actually ended up passing a photo shoot for a model, which was interesting. And I didn't end up filming this, but there was one part where I ended up walking by a film crew. Not sure what they were there for. There wasn't anybody that I recognized around. So, and they weren't filming exactly at that time. They were kind of waiting around. So just curious to know what that was about. But I just was enjoying walking around, checking out the beautiful shops that they had in this area. You're actually going to see a little bit more in this video. You're actually going to see a beautiful art gallery that I went by. I didn't go in. It was too early, but the art in itself, I could probably sit there and stare at for hours. So checked out a lot of the side streets, beautiful buildings. I could actually stand in some of these buildings, probably in front of these buildings for at least 30 minutes and just study the architecture of it. There's something about buildings, to just love the look of it. So you're going to see a lot of videos of buildings as well as pictures. And what was interesting was I had no intention of walking so much this day, but the side streets just took me where they may. I ended up stumbling across, you're going to see it later in the video, I ended up stumbling across a restaurant I really, really want to try. By the time I arrived there, I wasn't hungry. There definitely was a wait. And because I was going home that day, I just knew that it would be a waste of money for me to purchase something because I can never, ever finish what I get. And I end up always taking leftovers home. So it's called Jack's Wife Frida. So you're going to see a picture of that as well. So I did stumble across that and but did not go in. And then I ended up in Chinatown. Oddly enough, the streets led me to Chinatown. And here is my big fail for the day. I have been wanting to try what is called bubble tea. And it's something that a lot of people in Pennsylvania aren't aware of or heard of. But pretty much what it is it's a new version of tea, a variety of different teas that you can get with tapioca bubbles in your cup. And that is something I've really, really been wanting to try. And I knew that there was quite a few bubble tea places in this area that I was studying or that I was in. And the very first one I went to was not open yet. So I kind of hung out because it was just 20 minutes until it opened. I hung out. When it opened, went in there, and here they didn't even have the tapioca bubbles ready. So I ended up Googling for another tea spot that literally was like 0.2 miles away. Walked to that. It was supposed to be open. It was closed. Found another tea spot, another 0.5 miles away. Walked to that. Closed. It was not meant for me to get bubble tea that day. I was so disappointed. And I was so thirsty too, which was because I had done so much walking. So I ended up buying a water. And then I pulled up my map to see how close I was to the Brooklyn Bridge. Come to find out, for me, looking at the map, you're like, oh, I'm close. Yeah, I wasn't, but I did walk to it. So you're actually going to see in the video some pictures of the Brooklyn Bridge. So then I sat there and said to myself, well, I'm here. I might as well walk across it. Now, one of the things I failed to mention just yet about this day was there's Frida's wife, or Jack's wife, Frida. I want to go there. But one of the things I failed to mention was exactly how humid it was, which created it to be hot. And I was literally drenched in sweat. By this time, by getting to the Brooklyn Bridge, I had already walked 6 miles. I was drenched in sweat. I was getting tired. And as you're going to see, it's going to be hard to see, but this is me waiting to cross the street once I finally found the entrance to the Brooklyn Bridge. This is me crossing the street to go and walk up it. As I started walking, I took a look at the amount of people that were trying to walk across this bridge, and it's kind of hard to tell in this video, but it was almost like people were packed as sardines trying to get across this bridge and walk across it. And you know, one of my things is I want to be able to capture moments, and I would really, really like to have moments where there's not so many people in the way. So as I started walking, I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to enjoy this, and I rather be able to enjoy it. So my goal is once I go back to New York again, I probably will try to get up extremely early to get to the bridge and be able to walk across it and not have so many people there, because as you can see, I mean, just going down that bridge, people are like sardines, and I just couldn't handle it. So the anxiety had me turn around and walk away. So I then decided one of the other things I was going to do that I didn't feature in this vlog is I thought, well, I'll go to the waterfront and capture some really good pictures of the Brooklyn Bridge. So I walked another probably mile to get to the waterfront. And yeah, the place that I chose, no good place to get pictures of the Brooklyn Bridge. There was buildings in front of it. There was, well, a big, huge boat in front of it. So that was another huge fail. So at that point, I decided to make my way back towards the apartment. So I ended up walking back through the financial district, and I came across what you're going to see soon is I came across Trinity Church, and such a beautiful church. I've actually come across it once or twice before and took some pictures, but this time I actually went in it, and it was so beautiful. I really enjoyed my time there. And that was it. I ended up back to the apartment. I took a time-lapse video, as you can see, of the World Trade Center from inside the living room. A lot of people, if you're not aware, this is actually my view from the living room of the condo that I pet sit in. So I had a fantastic time in New York. I was very tired. I left at 2 o'clock, got back over to Jersey side at 3 because the ferry was that packed, and got home around 6:30 that day. So loved my adventures in New York. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I'm sorry for all the wordiness of it, but like I said, I wanted to make sure I featured a little bit of what my last day in New York was. So I hope you guys had a fantastic week, and I look forward to coming to you guys in the future with some more vlogs. Take care.